Alright, here's a simulation of our final project by Marie, Connor, and Zach. We're going to start out here by opening up our orbit sim. We're going to start running the program, and it's going to ask if you want to simulate the moons or solar system. We'll start by showing the moon system, so we're going to input for moons. And as you can see on the bottom there, it brings up a list of all the planets in which you can go through. So we're going to pick a random one here. We'll go with Mars. And so when looking at Mars, you'll see as it starts out, there's nothing there. But then as we click on the slider bar, it'll pop in the two moons of Mars, and you can click through and see the moons moving around it. And then if we click backwards on it, you can see them going back. So this gives you a reference of how much they're moving in terms of Earth time. Just to show another example on the moons, we'll go ahead with Saturn here since it's got some different ones out there. And so on this one, you can see three different moons in this case orbiting around Saturn, and if you keep clicking, once that one in the middle there has made its orbit, it still continues to make its orbit and stays on path. The other part of our system has to deal with mapping out the solar system, so we're going to start with that, and in doing so you see it pops up the option to do a real system or an imaginary one. So we're going to start by doing the real one, which would be our own. And so in going with this one, it's a little bit easier if you just slide the bar out right away. That way you can kind of leap forward since we're so zoomed out, and it takes a bit for Neptune to actually start going. But also on this one, you're able to zoom in, and this way you don't have to be out there not seeing what's going on in here, and then you can get an even better time reference once you're in close like that to see how much they're moving with the zoom in feature on that one. And then also for the part of our solar system, we generated it so that it can make an imaginary one, and for this we've already inputted Excel data so it can generate us an imaginary one here. And so we're going to speed it up also and kind of move the bar up, and through here you can see how the planet's already going out making their own orbit, and in zooming in you can see that it's generating its own planets with their own orbitals that they're going to be following, which you could create other ones with the Excel form by putting in different information for each one of the planets being ran through the system. And this is just a brief overview of what our system is capable of doing.